Most agency owners and service providers won't win because they're fundamentally at the core building a business that they didn't want to design because they subconsciously adopted someone else's definition of success and were following someone else's business to a T and never innovated or modified so that it worked for them. Now, I 100% have been guilty of modeling and then not innovating. There's classic sayings of model and then modify, imitate and then innovate. And doing that in the beginning is phenomenal. It's a great way to get started. In fact, I just interviewed one of my original mentors, and I'll link to it in the description below. And when I launched my agency, I modeled what they were doing, like from a structure perspective. And it got us to 50, 60, 75K months. But along the way, we kept iterating it and making it our own. And so if you feel like you're in this race that you are losing, yet you didn't really realize you were in the race to begin with, this is for you. And I want to take you through this framework called the scale up flywheel, because if you're trying to scale something up that inherently creates pain for you, you're going to have difficulty growing. And so this is just a share with you folks that you've gone out on your own to build this thing that you really enjoy, yet it's turned into something that maybe you dislike, you're not super energized about, and maybe you need to make a shift. And if you're watching this and you're getting started, don't make the mistake that I've seen hundreds make, and again, myself made, by just quickly adopting what someone else has defined for as success and make that your own. Defining what you want is at its core the most important thing. And so the scale up flywheel, the foundational principle is that you have to be very clear as to what you're trying to create for yourself before you decide that you're actually going to go do it. And so at the core, everything that you are going to create inside your business needs to start with you. And when we start with you, you need to ask yourself, how do I want to spend my time, my energy, and how much money do I want this business to create for me so that it's delivering me the type of life that I want? If you don't start with you, you will build someone else's business. So at its core, you literally have to focus on what is it that you want? How much time do you want to be working? How do you want to be spending your energy and on what? And how much income should that be creating? Those questions will inform the strategies that you use to build a business that works for you. Now, the things that you identify inside of how much time you want to be working and energy and money, if you're just getting started, yeah, you're going to have to build to these things, but these still give you the guide rails, for a lack of a better word, to build towards. So after you, like, what does the business need to give me as the owner? We then get to focus on our own vision. What are the types of products that we want to sell or services? What programs? What's the service suite look like? You get to choose how you deliver your services. You get to choose if you offer one-on-one or custom or productized, what have you. So many times I see people that are just doing it how they were taught, or if you left agency world like I did, just everything that you had learned there, you just bring into, your new business, which sometimes those are bad habits. You were employed by somebody else. They structured their business based on how they wanted to grow. And you then took those learnings and considered that just the way. And now you realize you don't like it. So we start with you, then we expand to our vision. What type of products do we want? What type of services? Then we go, well, what does our team need to look like? How big? What are the key roles that we might need? How many people do I want? Or how many people do I need to fulfill on this vision? If I want to be focused on my time and energy on XYZ activity, what other activities do I need to hire for? When I start with what I want to be spending my time and energy on, that will leave a list of activities and roles of things that need to get done in the business that I don't necessarily want to do. And it starts to lay out a roadmap of what types of people and what type of roles will be required, how many of them, in order to fulfill on this vision, which then inform what my team could and possibly should look like. From there, then we go to clients. This is obviously the who you serve. Because guess what? If we start down here with you and we expand outward, we will then start to attract clients that want what we've decided to create, delivered in a way that we want to deliver it, in a way that returns both time, energy, and money that we need as owners to build a business that we can consider winning. Because you have to create the rules of the game for yourself inside of your own business. If you're just playing by somebody else's rules, it is a very tiring and exhausting battle that will go on and on and on until you start with what is it that you want? And I see so many people reverse engineer and they're like, well, I'm serving this market, this type of client because they have money. And there's obviously going to be exceptions. Every single person I know that started serving a specific niche or avatar because they had money to pay always hit a ceiling on growth because they don't enjoy working with that person unless over time they've grown to enjoy it, which definitely is possible. But in a lot of cases, more so than not, they're like, I don't actually want to work with more chiropractors, right? Like I don't care about chiropractors. That's how it happened for me. I was working with independent retail. I just didn't get behind what they were doing. I just couldn't relate. But when I could deal with online service providers, agency owners, which is what I was creating, I loved working with those people. And so at some point, if you don't really genuinely care about the people that you're serving, growth is going to be difficult. And so if you don't like the type of people that you serve right now and you found yourself kind of in this hamster wheel, always starting from scratch, that might be why. And you might need to start from the beginning and go down to you. What do you want? What is your vision for what you sell and how? And then who do you need to help you deliver that so that you're not the bottleneck? And then who are the types of clients that would be a really good fit for that? That's the scale up flywheel. It should all keep compounding on those things, starting with you. If you haven't done that, I highly encourage you to. You'll finally have a business, or at least be building a business that you love and that will genuinely serve you and not the other way around. If you've liked this, we have a free Facebook group where we have agencies and consultancies hanging out every single day, jamming on different topics that are important right now. If you want to join us, there's a link in the description. We'd love to see you in there and collaborate on, how you can grow your business and take it to the next level. Again, starting with you.